The noise, you know, the noise.
Walking towards the door, they're thanking the teachers, the guides. I mean, what a lovely job you guys have done. I mean, truly, we can't thank you enough. Thank you for taking care of our children. The parents continue to walk out in bliss. They would kind of glance at each other as if to say, I mean, can you believe how amazing this is? A lot of them have been on this wait list for this academy for months, if not almost a year. And to finally get in, it's like a dream come true. And it's not even a cheap dream either. But look at the way they teach the kids. I mean, the parents can't wait to go home and brag to their friends about the fancy academy that their children are in. I mean, it's amazing. Tell their colleagues about how elite and classy the boarding school is. You should have seen the kids. You would think the school is guarding the Queen of England in there. They were just so excited. So excited that they ignored the blatant red flags. Some of them could have sworn later that they heard the faint sounds of children screaming for help. But you know, they didn't wait all these months on the wait list for nothing. Let's talk about spooky season. Okay,
That's so
spooky
funny. It's
season
trapped
is
behind
here
the
full
tent.
force, and I'm sick inside of it. Spooky season for me lasts until about Christmas time, and every weekend during these last few months of the year, I love a movie night. I mean, there is something about watching a horror movie, pizza, popcorn, and all of my whole family just on the couch. Most of the spooky movies on Netflix, been there, done that, seen it, been through it 2 times, 3 times. But that doesn't mean that I have to go out there and get on some shady website to watch more movies or even pay for another subscription service. I can literally just use ExpressVPN and watch more spooky movies with the same exact Netflix login. Did you know that you can't watch Halloween or Hereditary or Nightmare on Elm Street on Netflix in the US? But the movies are available in other countries, which I think is kind of, and it doesn't just work for Netflix.
Girl, that is technically not legal, what you're advertising, I don't think.
Massive statue of Confucius. They would have to attend classes where the teachers would just hand out pages upon pages of old Chinese literature, and they would have to memorize the pages word for word. Not even soak in the knowledge from it, but memorize it word for word and then rewrite it. They're not even learning. It's nothing at this point. It's just memorization that they forget. But if they don't even do that perfectly, they would be hit and beaten. At the front of the classrooms, there were typically 2 things on display for the students. A metal ruler. This metal ruler was as thick as your phone is thick. Solid metal, almost 2 feet long. They would hit your palms with this. After about 5 hits, you could no longer write. You couldn't even close your fingers halfway because of how swollen and inflamed your hands would be.
That sucks.
The minimum punishment was 5 strikes to the hand, but there was no maximum punishment. It would depend on the teacher's mood. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 30. And there was no reasoning on why you would be hit. Even if you used the wrong word, or didn't respond fast enough, or genuinely just breathed a little too loud for the teacher's liking, you could get beaten up. To give you an example of how random these punishments were, every single night, the academy held moral exams. They would call out all the students into the courtyard, and the teachers would line up with their weapons. Everyone is holding their breath. Hopefully, we're not going to get called today. Every night, a few random students would be called to the front, and the teacher would ask, do you know why I called you out today? Most of the time, they don't even wait for you to respond before they start beating you. Obviously, if you try to fight back, they lose their marbles. But even if you instinctively shield yourself, like anyone with good reflexes would, the teachers get more upset, they beat you harder. Even if you weren't
Did I just fudge myself?
a monkey getting beat, if you looked away,
I may have just wedged myself.
the pain of other students, you don't want to see it, they would beat you and tell you to watch. Caution. The freelating event. You may go off the deep end. But sometimes the teachers would get creative. Now, there were 2 female students, and one of the teachers just despised them for no apparent reason. It's not like they were particularly unruly or disobedient. He just hated them. One day in class, he points at the 2 girls. You, follow me. He leads them to the restrooms and points at one of the stalls. Unclog the toilet. He watches as they hesitantly open the stall door, and it wasn't even clogged. It was overflowing with feces. Well, what are you 2 doing? They look around. They're so nervous. They don't even want to say